Well, we've been talking about a whole lot of high-tech ways of booking and enjoying your trip, and now we usually have different questions and tips, so who better to have for our travel segment than a travel agent, my travel agent. Welcome. This is Donna Pagano, who's affiliated with Sewanica Travel right here in Stewart Manor. So welcome to Technically Speaking.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Well, Donna is very responsible for my trips and also saved my cruise last week. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm sure my husband thanks you too.
Absolutely.
So we talked about high-tech things that we should be doing for travel. But you know, when I asked you for some travel tips, a lot of what you mentioned to me, I don't want to say they were low-tech, but traditional, tried and true things that we really need to keep in mind, like paperwork and documents that you should have with you at all times. Forget about all these iPhones and things, you know, things happen. So what should we be carrying with us?
Well, first of all, you should really make a list of all your important contact numbers. It could be your doctor, a relative, and of course your travel agent.
Absolutely, you should have the phone number of your travel agent. Now you say make a list. I know everybody's got everything on speed dial, but you know, God forbid my phone went missing. I have to make sure I at least know my husband's phone number by heart and my travel agent. What else should I be carrying with me?
You should also carry a list of medications if you're taking medications.
Okay.
And the dosage, just in case your baggage gets lost, it's misplaced.
Oh, that's true. I'm all of a sudden in Germany saying, it's a little pink pill. Do you have a little pink pill?
Exactly, exactly.
How about passports and things like that?
Make a copy. I tell all my clients, make a copy of your passport, put it in a safe place, not with your passport. And God forbid your passport either gets lost or stolen, you'll have a copy of that.
Oh yeah, because if they ask me my passport number, I have no idea. I don't even know my license plate number right
Exactly, exactly.
And what about credit cards?
I would also write down all the credit cards you're taking.
Okay.
The bank, the type of credit card, the numbers. And
if something gets stolen, that would be great.
Exactly, exactly. And keep it in a safe place. Don't pack it in your luggage. Pack it in either your handbag or a carry-on.
Right, because luggage does occasionally go missing, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Just like all of our gadgets run out of juice at all the same time, all of our luggage goes missing.
Exactly.
So hard copies of everything, and I think in my head I'm going to at least memorize my travel companion's phone number, because that's not going to help if I don't have that. Now, you gave me some tips also for cameras and things.
Yes, I always say take an extra battery.
Good idea.
And also take an extra card.
Well, especially because most of these touristy destinations, they do sell batteries and SD cards at about 5 times the price.
Exactly.
You know, if you're in a hotel and you have to buy a battery, it's going to cost you a fortune.
Exactly.
Now, you and I were also talking about different things with your cell phone that you can do. Now, I know one thing people say if you're ever in a car accident, you know, we all have a cell phone with us, and our cell phone has a camera. That if you're in a car accident, you should get out and take pictures of the accident, make sure, you know, that you have some documentation. But another thing might be to take pictures of the people you're with. Like if you're with children and you lose, God forbid, or you know, one of your children goes missing, and the first thing they say is, what were they wearing? Well, I got to be honest, I have no idea what they're wearing. Was it the red shirt? No, that was yesterday. That's in the wash. Maybe it's the blue shirt. You know, something like that.
Exactly. If you're going someplace, take a picture of your children that day. This way, if somebody does stray, you don't have to go by memory. You'll have the picture, and you can show it to people.
Right, to the Disney employee or the airport staff. Maybe we shouldn't do that just with children. Maybe we should take a group shot of the whole family every morning in case I lose my mother or my husband or somebody else. I will remember he's wearing a blue shirt. You know, when you get kind of panicky, these things elude you.
Exactly. But if you have them, if you have everything, if you have a list of everything before you go and what you're going to do.
That's true.
The hard copy.
The hard copy.
The hard copy list, the pen and pad list. You can do this while you're on vacation.
Well, I admit, even though, you know, here we are on Technically Speaking, and I carry 2 cell phones and gadgets galore, you know what else is in my handbag at all times? a pen and paper, because sometimes you just have to write it down.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So technology is great, but writing things down is a really good thing too.
Exactly. And this way, if you have it on your iPhone or you have it in your BlackBerry, the information, but you also have the hard copy, you're double checking yourself.
Well, you're very good too. I know as a travel agent, you have emailed me, anything you've given me, you've also sent me an email, which is great because then I have it. What time was that flight? What time was that ship going? I have it saved in email. So it's good to have doubles of everything. You know, you're on the road. It's not always convenient to be looking things up.
Exactly, and when you're running around checking in for the airlines, you may leave something at the desk. I've had clients do that. So if they have another copy, it's not a problem.
It happens. Now, we were looking at some websites with travel earlier, and Airline, I have to ask you a question because this is going to come in with this. Baggage requirements. Do they list those on the airline websites?
Yes. Each airline has their own requirements. Sometimes you get one free bag, the next week they're charging you for the bag. So what I suggest is go on the airline's website, look at the baggage policy, and it'll tell you up to date, you know, that day what the baggage policy is. You also can check in online.
Oh, that's nice. So you don't have to wait online when you get to the airport.
Exactly.
Oh, very good. Now, are there some airlines, you could tell us the inside scoop, that are better about the baggage than others?
I would say Southwest is one of the airlines that seems to be better about the baggage.
And some of them seem to be charging you if you carry your, you know, your own handbag on.
Well, that's now a new policy with some of the airlines, but then they all change. You know, one will do one thing and then the others follow suit, then somebody comes out. So each week, you really have to check each week.
It's something you have to keep up with constantly. You especially, because you've got all sorts of clients flying all over and trying to tell them 2 bags, 1 bag, $25 extra. So it's a lot to keep in track of.
It is, it is. And sometimes I have clients on several airlines in one trip.
Well, that's true. So they might be allowed to bring the bag on one leg of the trip, and then on the other one they have to pay for it or something.
Exactly.
Well, so check the airline website and read the fine print through.
Exactly, exactly.
It's not easy. It's not easy to be out there traveling.
No, there's a lot of details.
There is. And you know, you're away from home. You want things to go smoothly, which is why I say use a travel agent so that you have somebody to call when things don't go that smoothly.
That's right. And I do have numbers that you would not have.
Well, that's true. When we were late for our cruise ship, you were able to call the cruise line. Well, what do I have? I have an 800 number. Nobody's answering that for me. But you were able to get them to hold the ship. Thank goodness.
Yes. I called an emergency number, gave them your information, and told them.
And saved our vacation, is what you did, and saved our vacation. Well, thank you for joining us on Technically Speaking. All of the apps and websites we used today are on our website, so please visit us there and have a nice vacation.